Are we live? I think I'm live. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to 100% Chelsea. If you've watched my review already, well, you would have seen me not long ago, literally a few seconds ago, or minutes, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm back. Basically, if you've not seen the tweet, what is happening is that we've had some technical difficulties with our fan cams, basically. And so I thought, why not, basically do something in the sort of meantime until obviously the next fan cams go out. And I thought, well, haven't spoken to you guys like this in a while, so why not just like do a little live stream? Except that I'm confused because this says it's unlisted, but is it unlisted or is it not? Why is it unlisted? Am I talking to myself? I don't know. Is it now public? I don't know. Is anyone watching? Are we now live? There we are. People are coming in. I'm so confused. This didn't go as well as I planned. So let's just do the intro again. And if you watch this as a video later on, you'll be well confused. So the situation is this. First of all, hello there, guys. Welcome back to 100% Chelsea. How are you doing this fine? What day is it? Well, for me, it's already Sunday. For people living in the UK, it's still Saturday. But yeah, so basically the situation is that if you haven't seen our tweet, we're having some sort of difficulties and technical difficulties with our fan cam. So I thought, well, why not? I haven't spoken to you in a while like this, talk a bit about transfers, talk a bit about the game. And yeah, so I thought just like in the meantime, before the next fan cams go up, why don't you just do a little live stream? Just talk about a few things, just have a good old time. Why not? Yes, I am live now. Yeah, so how are you guys doing? So let me just, because it's weird seeing myself like this in like the real life or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, here we are. So what do you want to talk about, basically? I'm just here, Have you got any questions? Ask me. Obviously, the game, I gave you my thoughts on the review. If you haven't watched that yet, please do go over and watch that. But yeah, if you have any questions, let's talk about it. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about, Jorginho really not doing well, and obviously Sarri made comments after the game. In his post-match press conference. I'm going to get that up now. So obviously, when I did do the review, I didn't have the the post-match press conference comments. I haven't seen them at the time, so I can go through those, I guess. And right. So first of all, Willian spoke to BT Sports, and BT Sport, yeah, and about his future, he said, "My future is Chelsea." I don't know what you're talking about, basically. And Sarri said, it was really important to gain the points and score today. For now, it is enough, basically. Then he went on about kind of being that the team kind of thought it was too easy, that the team basically were, a little bit complacent, and then we stopped playing, and then we had problems, and that we were not able to react to the difficulties. But today, shouldn't have been difficult. We scored after 9 minutes, so it should have been pretty straightforward. And yeah, basically, he just said that we were too casual after going ahead. To quote him, he said, "I think apart from the result, we reacted very well in Tottenham in the last match. Today, we only had to manage a positive situation, not a difficulty. We have to improve our mentality." Something about crowd frustration after Clark head. Obviously, I wasn't in the stadium, so I can't really comment on that. Then on Willian, obviously, he said similar things to the press conference. Obviously, what Louis spoke about in his preview. Yeah, So, if you have any questions, so I'm now looking through here. So, first thing I saw I'm really bad with names. Sorry. I understand a few languages how to pronounce things, but Bharat. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm just going to spell it out. Replacement options for Jorginho. Well, that's a little bit different. Christian, how you doing? All-American Chelsea FC. Is that you? It is you, isn't it? How you doing, my man? How you doing? We need to do another podcast soon. Anyway, going back to replacements for Jorginho. Well, we're not going to replace Jorginho anytime soon. We just signed him for £57 million. And, we're going to sign a replacement for Cesc Fabregas. Not for Jorginho. Obviously there is talk about Leandro Paredes from currently Zenit Petersburg, formerly of AS Roma. And he, interestingly, retweeted a video today, basically a welcome to Chelsea Leandro Paredes video. He retweeted that today, which is a bit odd. Sure does, give you an indication that we might sign him, but it's still a little bit odd, I thought. It is what it is, I guess. But, would I take him? Yes, I would take him. I would take him. Simply because now we're already, we already sold Fabregas, so we just have to take whoever we can get. That's basically, we have to take whoever we can get. Obviously, I don't know. You hear so many different reports. First, talk is about Barella, then it's about Paredes, and then it's about, all right, we might want both. Then it's apparently Napoli and our favourites to sign Barella, even though Cagliari have basically signed a replacement for him. There's a lot of debate about this. Paredes, he's pretty good. I can't lie, I've not watched him at St. Petersburg. I might have seen him in like a Europa League game, but I've not paid any particular attention to him. I did see him a few times play for Roma, before obviously he went to St. Petersburg, and he did look good, but obviously he was a lot younger then still as well. He's a good player. Is he Fabregas? No. Does he have the ability of Fabregas? No. But, we need someone there, let's be honest. Like, Ampadu is not a regista. Drinkwater certainly isn't a regista. I think, from the ones that we have left, Kovacic is probably closest to that. But yeah, that about, we're not replacing Jorginho. So let me see another question. Sorry. You asked something. Play Christensen more. Are you replying to someone else's that question, basically? Well, Kevin Kelly said, how good is he? Well, that is difficult to judge, really, because he obviously played in the Russian league now. And first of all, like I said, I didn't really watch him all too much there. We're just going to have to wait and see, I guess. Before, obviously, if we do sign him, there will be a very detailed video on him. I'll do more research on it. I'll look at him play. I'll watch him play and stuff, and make my assessment. But that's basically all I can say about Paredes right now. Obviously, that tweet, it did kind of hint at something. And okay, it is a question. You said play Christensen more. Well, the thing is with Christensen, I like Christensen a lot. He obviously, if you remember, if you've been a subscriber for that long and watching our videos for that long, you remember that last summer of 2017, I said, you watch, because obviously that's when we recalled Christensen from Gladbach when he, his loan ended. And, when you just watch, by November, he's going to be a starter for us in our back three under Conte. And he was, pretty much, until we obviously played Barcelona, and he bottled it. He properly bottled it. I know it's only a mistake, and everyone makes mistakes. I fully understand that. But it clearly affected him a lot. I'm not saying he hasn't, dealt with it since, and he hasn't been able to deal with it. That's not what I'm saying. But to me, right now, neither of David Luiz nor Antonio Rudiger do deserve to be dropped. Yes, you can, make the argument that David Luiz is 31 or 30 or whatever. He is 31, isn't he? But if you watch Chelsea play, you should, in my opinion, realize how important David Luiz is to our team. He is so important. Christensen cannot do what David Luiz does. He cannot. Like, like David Luiz is arguably the best technical centre back in the world. You can talk about, I don't know, Ramos or Varane or something like that. But David Luiz is incredible, I think. People, are way too harsh on him. And Antonio Rudiger, well, he has pace and he has physique. Both things that Christensen doesn't have to that extent. So that's why I think it is a little bit tricky to play Christensen more, to be honest. You should be rotated into the side like he obviously was at Spurs. But, I think it is a little bit difficult to, just play more like that. What happened to Van Ginkel? Is this really happening still? Oh, God. I mean, I don't hate it. He's a pretty decent looking guy, I thought. Yeah. No, but it's a bit sad with him. He picked up this knee injury, didn't he? And he's kind of with Chelsea now. He's not loaned out or anything. He's just around recovering from his injury. That is obviously sad. I'm struggling here, because you're asking a lot of questions, and obviously I want to be slightly detailed about it. Let's go with the Higuain one. So, should we sign Higuain? Will he do a job for us if he joins? Well, obviously, also Gennaro Gattuso, the current AC Milan manager, made some comments post their game tonight, or was it pre-game? Anyway, he made some comments tonight, basically saying that it is difficult to keep a player that has already made a decision. Strongly, obviously, hinting at that he's leaving. I haven't seen any reports of linking him to anywhere else. So, this is what Abe just said. On loan, yes. I think a loan until the end of the season is a good option. Simply because we're not going to get Cavani, we're not going to get Icardi, we're not going to get Timo Werner right now. We might get him in the summer, but not right now. We're not going to get any top strikers that are young. That's not how it works. I don't want to pay £50 million for Callum Wilson. I just do not. He's good. He's a decent backup striker. But, I don't trust Callum Wilson anymore to, save to make sure that we get top four than I do trust Morata in doing so. And it's similar for Jamie Vardy. It's like, well, if we're going to sign Vardy, we might as well sign Higuain because they're the same age. We can't get Icardi now. We might be able to get him in the summer if we try, but we're not getting Icardi in January. That's just not happening. But yeah, Higuain, obviously, his physique has always been a major talking point. He's never exactly been Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't? He's never been that. He's never run around with the maddest six-pack you'll ever see. He's not run around with ripping his shirt off after scoring, and showing off his abs basically. That's not Higuain. He's always. I've watched this documentary about Juventus, obviously that came out last year, or whatever, and it was quite interesting because obviously he did speak about liking food and that shit. But yeah, I think he can do a job. He's done very well under Sarri before. Obviously, that was a number of years ago. I do know and understand that. The thing is, people say Higuain is slow, but Higuain has never been quick. Watching Higuain from back in the day at Real Madrid and then at Napoli, he's never been quick. That was never his game. But he knows the system. The only thing I am worried about if we do get Higuain is that he knows the system, but we're not playing the system. We're not playing Sarri ball. We're like, people say Sarri ball is boring, Sarri out. What we are playing right now is not Sarri ball. Do you know what I mean? What we are playing right now is not Sarri ball in the slightest. We're not even close yet. We are not even close. I'll admit, back in the summer I said, come November, December time, we'll be very, very good. I was wrong. It's clearly taken us longer than it's clearly taken us longer than I expected. Probably as I slightly underestimated, obviously, the fact with how many games we're playing and that, then they just can't train that much. But yes, I think until the end of the season, if we're not obliged to buy Higuain in the summer, obviously that is kind of the deal that AC Milan have, unless I'm mistaken there. But basically, I think the situation is right. Then basically AC Milan have a loan for him for this season, and then they have to buy him for 35 million euros or something. If that is the case, for us, I'm not a fan. I don't necessarily want to be forced to buy him in the summer, to be honest. If we loan him out and he does well, and then we can get a deal for obviously 20, 25 million, give him a 2-year deal, 1-year deal, whatever, fine. There's worse things. We have the money. Might as well. If we're not going to get someone like Icardi in the summer, if we're not going to get a top-class striker, I'd rather him than someone else than buying Callum Wilson for, again, ridiculous money. So yeah, until the end of the season, I would be fairly happy with Higuain, but after that, it is a little bit tricky. Right, so let's see what other question we have. What do you think of our midfield? Now, that is an interesting question, Mr. Jacob Hendrickson. Assuming you're from somewhere in Scandinavia. Shouldn't assume, but I've done it. I've done that anyway. So the situation about our midfield is very, very tricky. Sorry, I'm just reading a text because obviously the information on obviously the fan clubs and stuff. Right. Anyway, our midfield. Jorginho, is clearly struggling slightly at the moment. I said it in my preview today. But my point is, and I stand by that Jorginho struggles when the rest of the team lacks movement. And I think we so desperately lack movement in so many of our games that it's ridiculous. Why are we not moving? Why are we not moving? I mean, I'm not even talking about Alonso and Azpilicueta here. You know, I don't expect them to move around like crazy people. But I do expect Mateo Kovacic to move. I do expect Hazard to move. I do expect Pedro to move. And I do expect Willian to move. Okay, maybe I shouldn't expect Willian to move, but I do. And especially Hazard. You know, then I saw these stats at like halftime or whatever it was. Hazard has had the least touches and has only 60% pass completion rate. I'm like, yeah, because he doesn't move. You know, that's why he hasn't had the ball more. And he doesn't have a better pass completion rate because the others don't move. And Jorginho, with the position he plays in, struggles with that by far the most. But that doesn't mean that all of his passes are great. You know, he's still, still struggling to an extent. But, you know, it is what it is. Kante is doing very well. Kante is proving people wrong day by day, game by game, I think, that he's much better in that position than people think he is. And I hear, even like, obviously, where I watch football, they always say, oh, why is he playing further up the pitch? He's so good at the defensive thing. Well, there's a simple explanation of why Kante plays where he plays. When our system works, which it doesn't at the moment, but when it does, the idea is to have Kante win the ball, but rather than him playing him as a DM, as a number 6, you play him as a number 8, high up the pitch, and have him win the ball back there. If he wins the ball back, say, at the halfway line or even into the opponent's half, rather than just outside their own box, our distance to the opponent's goal is way smaller. So it makes it for us much easier to score. And Kante is incredible at winning the ball back. Everyone knows that. And the idea is that's also what kind of the job that Alan did at Napoli. We try to win the ball back high up the pitch. And that's why Kante plays in that role. Like he did when he, dispossessed them, and we had that one chance. Like, we didn't end up doing much with it because I think we got a corner from it. But Kante won the ball back way into obviously Newcastle's half. He played it to Willian, I think, and then Willian's shot got blocked for a corner or whatever, or cross or whatever. So yeah, that's why Kante works there, and he will work there, and he's clearly improving at his movement, is clearly improving at his running with the ball. I think his dribbling is significant, extremely underrated. I think also his passing is extremely underrated. That other centre mid position is my biggest issue. I don't rate Barkley. Like, he was good for those 3 games. He played well against Burnley, played well against Southampton away. He played well in a few games, but for a few weeks now, he's been bloody awful. The guy is too slow. Oh yeah, and the guy is too slow. Do you know what I mean? It is quite frankly ridiculous how slow he is. Not even just in like his running speed. I'm not talking about FIFA. Oh, he only has 60 pace. No, he just doesn't think quick enough. He just takes too long. Every time he receives the ball, he takes way too long to release it again. The amount of times he gets dispossessed because of it is quite frankly ridiculous. But it just keeps happening, innit? Like, at the end of the day, that's just the situation at the moment, and it's a bit annoying. Mateo Kovacic didn't do well today at all, but he came back from some sort of illness. I don't know what the illness was. Obviously, he came on against Palace for the last few minutes when he was basically just rested. Then against Southampton, he wasn't involved when no one expected him not to be involved. And then against Forest, he wasn't involved either, apparently because he was ill. Then against Spurs, he didn't start and only came on. And now he started and didn't do that well. He didn't look fully fit to me. He just didn't. Obviously, Loftus-Cheek is currently injured, but to me, I think it is an absolute no-brainer that Loftus-Cheek has to start in that position, especially when Eden Hazard plays as the false number 9, simply because I think Hazard can be very good in that. I think the main thing that we need to change today is someone like Ruben needs to be closer to him with more of a drive to goal rather than Kovacic, who stays off and drifts out way too much. But also the wingers just need to be way tighter to Hazard when he plays down the middle. That was our main issue against Spurs in midweek. I thought that the front 3 were just spread way too much, considering Hazard was the one in the middle, not Giroud, and we were constantly crossing into the box. That would have been a different situation. But Loftus-Cheek behind him, because he gives you that option to be a tall player and to be a strong player. So basically, even if you play Hazard up top with Ruben's runs into the box, it's basically like having a tall striker there, and then you can still cross the ball into the box because you have Ruben there who is tall and strong and can win a header. I've not seen him score a header, to be honest. I don't think. Or have I? I don't know. But, he has that physical ability, simply just because he's tall and strong. Hazard doesn't. So that's why I think he would be a way better option in that position than Kovacic at the moment. If someone else, if say Higuain plays up front, maybe Kovacic is better. We'll just have to wait and see about that. Obviously, yeah, I think we can all agree that Emerson just needs to get a chance. Like, I'm still not 100% convinced that he's that much better than Alonso. He'd probably try harder. He'd run a bit more. Whether he'd actually be that much better, I'm not sure. But, Alonso does not warrant being in that side at the moment. Like, especially when you see that today. I mentioned in the review as well. Pedro just turned around and went on a sprint to get back in time after we lost the ball in Newcastle's half, and they hit us on the counter. And he sprinted back like a mad dog. It's not like he even lost the ball. He just sprinted back to help out to defend. And then, we won the ball back. We lost it again, and then we won it back again. And only then did you see Marcos Alonso jogging into the picture as they watched it on TV. Then I saw he just jogged into the screen, basically, and it's just, oh, I'm late. It's like he went to a bloody toilet in the meantime. Pisses me off. I can't lie to you. Well, Hudson-Odoi. That is a whole different can of worms. That is a whole different can of worms. Hudson-Odoi. Well, reports by Daily Mail, Mirror, whatever it was. I just read it earlier. I can't remember who posted it, though. Said that basically we kind of have agreed something with Bayern Munich, that apparently they agreed to a buyback clause being in the deal. Now, I'm still assuming, I don't know, I haven't read the full article. I'm still assuming that, we might sell him in the summer if they include a buyback clause. I hope we don't sell him now. I don't think we should sell him under any circumstances right now, even with a buyback clause. But, in the summer, I think that is an option if Hudson-Odoi doesn't sign a contract until then. If he does sign a contract until then, it's all irrelevant. It doesn't matter, because then he'll just stay. But I do understand why, if he doesn't want to sign a contract and only has 1 year left, on his contract, and an 18-year-old to be offered 35 million, you have to take that. And if, you just have to, if he's not going to sign a contract, whether, no matter how much he plays, an 18-year-old, you're gonna, you gotta take 35 million. You have to. And if we manage to get a buyback clause into that, I ain't that mad. I ain't all that mad if that is to be the case. Could be worse. Could be worse, in my opinion. Could be a lot better. Obviously wanting to stay and I wanted to play and stuff. But yeah, it could be a lot worse. The only thing I'm going to say is, again, I said in my review, sorry, Justin Jaggernaut. Calm down, my friend. I'm trying to answer the comments and I'm trying to be a little bit more detailed, not read every bloody comment. Don't ask me a question while I'm still answering another question. That's no point. So what I'm... See, now you made me lose my point, and I'm just going to be a lot slower. Thanks, mate. Yeah, why Hudson-Odoi didn't play today. I think that was just sensible, because he played the last 2 games and he only just returned from a hamstring problem. I think it's, completely understandable that he wasn't on the bench today. He should have come on earlier, but, I think it was very, very sensible not to start him today. I think it only makes sense, in all honesty. Jotam Havkin is saying either Hazard or Odoi will leave. Possibly. I mean, as seen recently, Odoi can clearly play on the right. I think it's probably better than Pulisic right now. Why do we sign Pulisic? To be honest, I don't know. Except for marketing reasons, obviously. But for footballing reasons, to be honest, don't really know. I think Marina needs to go. It's an irrelevant statement. We're not Arsenal fans here. Kroenke needs to go. It's not going to happen. There's no point. Marina is not going to go unless Roman Abramovich fires her. And Roman Abramovich is not going to fire her, considering she's been working with him for 20 years. So, yeah, that's not happening. And about Batshuayi, so as far as I'm aware, he is coming back. Has come back. I think he's coming back. Isn't back yet. But unless we loan out or sell one of our foreign players, Batshuayi is not able to play, because you have a maximum of 23 foreign players in your Premier League squad, and obviously he's Belgian. So he can't play. There's obviously options. See, when they're on about these kind of foreign players, I'm not sure, do they mean non-homegrown players or do they actually mean foreign? So, for example, obviously Fabregas was homegrown because obviously he went to Arsenal at 16. Moses is Nigerian, but he's homegrown because he basically grew up in England. Same with like someone like Zaha or something. They're all homegrown. About this foreign thing, I'm not about sure on that situation. But if it isn't homegrown, like if homegrown players don't count as foreign, basically, even though they are foreign, you know, you could have someone like Piazon could learn him out. Obviously, Morata might leave. Seba Costa might leave, although if Seba Costa does leave, we're going to sign a replacement, possibly Husai from obviously Napoli. And, you know, he's still foreign, so that does make a difference. But anyway, Batshuayi can't just come in and play right now unless we sell someone or loan someone out that is also foreign. Basically, that's the situation. Yes, Michael, Musi, whatever. Yes, I have seen that. I've mentioned it a little while ago, but you have been here yet. Sell Hazard and sign Lozano in addition to Pulisic. What about Odoi if he stays? No, mate. We cannot sell Eden Hazard under any sort of circumstances if we can avoid it. And if we do have to sell Hazard, we better sign someone better than Lozano. Like, God. Lozano isn't bad, yeah? But not at all. He's not bad at all, but he's 23. He's played for PSV, and yeah, I know he's got a good scoring record there. It's still a Dutch league. Dominic Solanke has scored bags of goals at Vitesse in the Dutch league. Not really doing that much around here at the moment, is he? So you see what I mean. Malcolm or Pulisic? Well, that is the question of the century. That don't know, to be honest. I just don't know. Pulisic has done it on a higher level. Malcolm, to my knowledge, I haven't watched. See, I've watched Barcelona quite a few times because I do enjoy watching them play, especially Messi. But he's barely ever played whenever I've watched them. So, you know, I've seen a little bit of him at Bordeaux, obviously, before Barca signed him. But Pulisic has still done it at a higher level, I think. So, arguably Pulisic. But would I have still taken the offer for Willian right now? Probably would have done. Simply because I'm like, yeah. Well, I want to see. I get what Sarri is saying. If we're going to keep playing Hazard as the striker, then we can't sell Willian because we can't afford to just change. Because obviously he's been trying to blast his system into Willian's head for the last 6 months. And then he's basically going to have to start all over again with someone like Malcolm. So if Hazard keeps playing a striker, even with him and Pedro, and even if you play Hudson-Odoi on the other side, you're going to need to rotate. So Willian is going to have to play, or Malcolm is going to have to play. And then I understand why he wouldn't want, you know, to sell Willian for Malcolm right now. But if we get a striker and we just have Hazard and Pedro and Hazard and Hudson-Odoi, and then we have Malcolm as kind of a fourth choice, that's fine to me. I think that is more than fine. Alex Telles is probably better than Alonso. Yes, I agree. Could we get Alex Telles? Probably should. How old is Alex Telles? I don't know. Let me just go check that. Alex Telles. Because why don't we have? What do we have the internet for? He's 26. Yeah, why not? You know, it is a fair shout. I mean, Leon Bailey is not happening anymore now. I don't think with Pulisic happening. So, yeah. So you are very. What are you on about? I don't know. If we sell Hazard, we're doomed. Well, no. Emerson Jones? I don't think so. I think we need to keep playing at 4-3-3. I just spoke about why I think Kante needs to play where he is playing, but it just takes time for the system to work, and then you will see, everyone will see why he needs to play there. RV, yes, I do think the criticism of Jorginho is very harsh because, like I just said earlier, I think a lot of it is to do with a lack of movement of players around him. No, beats up TV. Higuain is definitely not confirmed. Definitely isn't. Oh, it is confirmed that he's left the club. You're very right. I do apologize, beats up TV. I'm going to read out what apparently Gennaro Gattuso, obviously the AC Milan manager, has said. On Higuain, when a player makes certain choices, it becomes difficult to convince him otherwise. One can try. At this moment, he's a Milan player, and we're holding on tight. I don't know what will happen. Higuain then said on Chelsea. And then I've just received notification of a tweet that Gennaro Gattuso has confirmed Gonzalo Higuain has decided to leave the club. Not quite sure how he can just decide that because he's on a contract. I mean, that's not how football works. You can't just decide that and go away. But yeah. So, yeah. Do Chelsea need a director of football? Yes. Do we need Michael Ballack as a director of football? I'm not sure about that because Michael Ballack isn't the best, hasn't got the most connections. Obviously, I know Ballack quite well, not just from his time at Chelsea, but obviously Bayern Munich is obviously living in Austria, you know, German media and stuff is very close. I mean, I like Ballack and I think he's a smart guy. But I think you need someone more that actually has any sort of experience, which Ballack doesn't in that role. So, yes, you know, basically. My first second tuned in seeing that Higuain was confirmed. We're not, no, wait. Andrew Hall, we're not signing Icardi now. If we're ever going to sign him, it's in the summer. Definitely not now. And also, we're definitely not having the Icardi and Higuain. Higuain certainly looks like it could be happening. I hope it's not happening tomorrow because I'm busy tomorrow, and you know, I'm doing stuff. So you know, going skiing as we do here in Austria. Timo Werner is a weird fellow as well. I don't really like him. I just don't like Leipzig. Like not as a player, as a guy, just because who he plays for. Yeah, I mean he's pretty good. Fekir, yeah, sorry, I want to talk about Fekir. Fekir, well, at least you understand that he's not a winger because he can't play there. False 9 is an option as a number 8. Meh. I'm not sure. He can play there, possibly, but then, you know, you'd have him against, when you play City, when you play Liverpool, are you just not going to play Fekir because he's just too offensive to play that role against the really good teams? You know, I'm not too sure about that. So, yeah. Is Christensen good enough? Rudiger looked tired today because he has played like 7 games straight. Right. I mean, didn't play against Forest, but okay. Sorry. But yeah, that's the situation. Piatek. Yeah, Piatek. You know, man scored goals. How many goals is he on now? I checked a few weeks ago, it wasn't 13. Man's good, but man's only had 6 months, you know, at this level. Is that enough? Don't know. Is a good signing. It would be a good backup to have, but probably pretty expensive. Although from Genoa, that's great for Genoa. Yeah, you could get him, but I just don't think we should get him as a main striker. To be honest, maybe get Piatek while you have Higuain, and then have Higuain for a year or 2, and by then Piatek is like boom. Do you know what I mean? Right back replacement, my man. Well, if there's going to be anyone, it's going to be Hussein. Let's be honest. What time do I sleep? Well, I don't know today. I don't know. I don't know about the fan cams. Don't really know what's happening, to be honest. So I can't really judge that right now or tell you about that right now when I go to sleep. But yeah, Jesus Christ, you're just asking a lot of questions. Andrew Hart, I spoke about Paredes a little bit earlier. So, you know, if basically, I'm not sure if you can wind back, but if you can't, just watch it when this turns into a video, basically. No, let's not say exciting. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would you say something like that? Stupid. We're 6 months in. I'm sorry. But what? How about left back? Well, Alexander just signed a new deal. Alex Telles is an option. Why not? Sign David Alaba. He's Austrian. Although it's a little bit too big for his shoes as well. Boots. I don't know English sayings. When did I start following Chelsea? Well, so the first Chelsea game I ever saw was the 2004-05 Champions League semi-final second leg against Liverpool, when obviously good old Luis Garcia has, you know, scored that goal. And little old me, how old would I have been at the time? 9, I think. Yeah, I was 9 years of age. I was like, well, that's not fair, is it? So then I liked Chelsea, but there was no options for us to watch Chelsea back here, not to my knowledge at the time. So I kept checking results, you know, basically, you know, on just the papers and stuff. And, you know, got more and more. Then I you know, met people that had like Sky here, whatever, that showed some Premier League games. So I watched more and more and more. And then obviously I lived in Ireland, if you didn't know, for 6 months when I was 16. I did all of those things. So yeah, it's just got more and more and more. But it started in 2005. I do have Instagram, my friend. It is at Laos1507, just like my Instagram. I do, just like my Twitter. I do not use Snapchat. But yeah, do follow me on Instagram. Do follow me on Instagram. Do follow me on Twitter, Laos1507. The link's in the description of this video, of this live stream. I massively appreciate that, people. So follow me over there. Yeah, your dream players to bring in now in January. Well, Messi, Neymar, don't know, Toni Kroos, Modric. you know what I mean. If Kante was a CDM, we'd be fucked. If Kante was playing in the register role, we'd be absolutely fucked because we'd lose the ball constantly. But yeah. Am I going to move to England? Well, that is a fair question, and that is a question you need to ask Mrs. Theresa May, depending on what the stipulations for Brexit are going to be. But yeah. How you are so good? Oh yeah, because of the Ireland thing, and obviously with working with YouTube, been doing YouTube for a while. I look like Michael Ballack. Christ, I look about 12. Michael Ballack's like 45. Come on, give me a break, lad. But yeah, I mean, I do understand what you're saying in French, but I don't know why you're saying it in French. Why are you talking? Why are you speaking French? Callum is going Bayern. Well, I'm just praying that he isn't, basically. I'm just hoping that he isn't. Tonali anymore for that register role. Yeah, well, to be honest, I just don't want us to keep signing players from... I just don't want us to keep signing players from the Serie A, to be honest. I don't hate them, do you know what I mean? But, you know, can we just stop signing players from there? All of them, do you know what I mean? Yes, you're done. When I do attend the bridge, I do sit Matthew on low. Although recently I've more been going to away games because obviously I can't be at any game, every game, sorry. And yes, hi Joe G. Thank you. And how you doing? We're turning into Arsenal. No? Have you seen them? They can't even buy someone. They only can loan players. Lawrence Elliott. Of course you're going to have a shout out, my man. Join Dzeko. Well, I'd rather Higuain than Dzeko, to be honest. Into Liga. Well, yeah, but the good ones in Liga are expensive, and the less good ones aren't that good. But yeah. The most overrated and underrated player in our squad. Oh, that is some question, mate. Carl Broquist. Mate, you can't just put me on the spot here. Jesus. Most overrated player at Chelsea. You're going to hate me for this, but that's Piliqueta, probably. He's good. Very good defensively, but he's not that good. Like as a right back inside the system. Oh yeah. I forgot about Barkley. Yeah, Barkley. Although a lot of people don't rate him, so maybe he's not the most overrated. Maybe he's just not that good. Yeah. I'm not saying Aspilicueta is bad. I just don't think he's as good as some fans think he is. And the most underrated player... David Luiz, in my opinion. Immobile or Higuain. Well, obviously Immobile, but that's not happening. Conte or Mourinho, well, it's always going to be Mourinho for me. So yeah, that's just the situation. But yeah, no, I'm a Matthew Harden man. I've been to all of the Sands now. But yeah, guys, I mean, how about I'm gonna answer like 5 more questions, and then I'm gonna end this because first of all I'm knackered and I'm still meant to go skiing tomorrow, so that would be good. So leave some good questions. I'm not gonna reply to that many more. So be certain what kind of questions you want to ask. You know, don't waste your questions. Do you know what I mean? Melinda, yeah. Melinda, yeah. I did see that DM on the Chelsea, the channel's Instagram a while back. But yeah, I will have a look at that. Do you think we aren't going to win the Europa League? I'm assuming you meant are. Well, I bloody hope so. I'm bloody banking on going to Baku. It's meant to be a great place to go. My favourite Chelsea chant is when we go to away games, you've heard a day out, now fuck off home. Love it. I absolutely love it. On a question, Barella or Paredes? Well, quite frankly, my man, I haven't seen enough of Barella to judge him. I've watched Cagliari play, but I've never paid any particular attention to him. So it is really difficult for me to say who I prefer. Fabregas or Jorginho? Well, at what? Do you know what I mean? At what? At passing, Fabregas. At being a regista, Jorginho. But yeah. Do you think we need to sign some more players for Sarri ball to work? Yes, we do need to sign some more players. Yeah, we do need to sign some players, but you know, obviously, the players that we have are gonna improve. You know, and we'll just have to see where we are next season. You know, where we are in the summer. Don't do something rash. Don't do something stupid like sacking Sarri. Let's just all calm down. Every one of you that's watching right now, how many people are watching? I'll be going for this for way too long. 96 people. So if all of you 96 could stop insulting players publicly, that would be very much appreciated. There's no need. Our players are meant to support and criticize them when they play badly, but you don't need to criticize someone with insults. Do you know what I mean? Can you please do that? Suleimani. But then you speak Italian. Mad. I mean, again, I know what you're saying, but why are you saying it in Italian? I'm so confused. I'm really sorry. Jizdog does gaming HD. I know you've asked that question a few times now. I kept planning to answer it, and then I forgot. Should we recall Reece James if we do sell Zabacosta? I prefer Olaina to Reece James at this stage. I've also seen more of Olaina, so maybe maybe I'm wrong on that. But right now, I'd lean towards Olaina, but I don't think that either of that is happening, and probably going to be Hussein if it's going to happen. And Jerome, do you think we're going to get Higuain? Yes, to be honest, I do. I do think so. I do think so. What it looks like right now, anyway. Hello, Hashim. How you doing, my man? How are you doing? Right. If one centre back, well, Ramos, just to piss off Liverpool fans, isn't it? It's obvious that. Do you think we'll crush Arsenal next week? Maybe not crush them, but I hope we beat them. I'm going to be there, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Yeah, what's the first transfers needed? We already signed Pulisic, but we need it. Well, actually, as much as we need a striker, what we actually need right now is a Jorginho replacement. Like, that is the first priority. Should be our first priority right now. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, score prediction for Arsenal next Saturday. I don't know. 2-1, because we don't score more than 2 goals. Will you make the trip to Massachusetts for the friendly Chelsea versus New England Revolution? Is any even New England? I'm assuming as much. Well, to be honest, man, I don't think I will go. Oh, hello, Newcastle Fans TV. How are you guys doing? You good? Yes, thank you. To be honest, we made it more difficult for ourselves than we had to. But you could celebrate a goal. I'm not trying to take the piss, but you actually don't score that much, so I'm sure you were happy for the time being, at least. I hope so. I actually like Newcastle a lot, so I really hope that they do, do well and don't go down, because I actually like Newcastle. They just have to be in the Prem, and I hope that all that sort of shit out and they can actually be somewhat decent again. I don't know, be at least as good as Everton or something. Like, just fight for 7th at least. Like, get Europa here and there. Do you know what I mean? That'd be good. I like that. Callum Hudson-Odoi to Bayern Munich is a done deal. Well, no one told me about that. I bloody hope not. I would bloody hope not. I bloody hope not. Yeah. Anyway, well, guys, thank you guys for watching. I don't know how long I've been going. I've been going for a while, haven't I? How long has this been going? Does it even tell me? I don't know. I don't know, people. But anyway, this is going to be it from me. I hope the fan cams will be out soon. If not, obviously, we do apologize. Yeah, obviously, if we do announce signings, there will be videos. There will be very detailed, player detailed videos on the deals, on the contract length, on what we think about it. You know, there will be very detailed videos on that, whether that's Higuain, Paredes, Varela, whoever we may sign, that's going to be out. Obviously, we're all very busy with uni. It's a bit busy period in uni in January, and you know, for all of us, so it isn't that easy to like bring like daily transfer content. It's very difficult to provide you with that at the moment. So we do apologize for that. But obviously, you know, just follow our Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, last1507. Follow, you know, the others, Louis. You know, follow all of us. That would be good. You know, follow me on Instagram. I'd appreciate that. I don't know. I don't know how far I'm off 1,500 followers on Instagram, but if we could hit that tonight, that'd be lovely. So yeah, like I said, the links are in the description. We could even hit 2,000. No, we can't because there's only 76 people watching. But yeah, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy this little Q&A thing. I hope I did manage to answer your questions. I know I missed a few. I do apologize for that. But yeah. Thanks for watching, and let's do the intro, the outro properly. You know, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.